This is my Honda Civic that I bought for £1,000, but it has no engine. And that's because I plan to spend £20,000 in building my dream Honda that Honda never built. Starting with buying a crash damaged EP3 for £1,500, then removing the engine with no qualifications or experience, and then restoring the old engine, restoring it back to life, then spending a further £5,000 in boosting it, and then another £5,000 on crazy mods in this video, and we don't even know if this car will even start. Until today. Go ahead. Are you recording? Don't show them that. Take it out. So we have already spent £10,000 on this build already, but we are not stopping there. Like inside this box, there's crucial car mods that cost over £2,000. And like this little metal box right here has cost me over £1,000, but it's got something to do with this. And my most favorite mod is this bazooka! And like this small box right here cost me £1,500, and later on in this video you're gonna find out why. We've got a lot of work to do, so let's get to work. So if you caught the last episode, you already know the K20 engine is in. For the next stage of the build, things are going to get a lot more technical, so we need to get the Civic onto a ramp. And then with a bit of manpower from the boys Taha and Toby, we push the Civic onto the ramp. Now we've got the Civic on the lift. It's time to lift it up into the air and see what it's like underneath the car. So light. This is our first time looking underneath, so let's see what state it's in. Something's pretty clean. Look at that. That is clean. Yeah, that is pretty decent. Let's go to the back. Control arm. It's pretty decent, that is. Where's actually, look at that. How clean that is. That's still solid. This other side. Look at that.
It's GT Racing.
Is that the coin overs? Oh yeah.
GT Racing. I don't know what it is.
Oh yeah, I like it when it's not stuck.
Braided brake lines.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a super clean shell. I am stoked. I'm happy with that. Let's get to work. Now we're working a bit ahead of ourselves, because before we even think about driving this car, we've got one mission: install the drive shafts. And nope, the stock ones won't work, but with a little hack we're gonna make it happen. So here's the deal: the stock drive shaft splines don't fit the B series wheel hubs. Easy fix: we swap the B series RLCV joints on both ends. Straight fit, no drama. But then comes the weird part: the inner CV joints, they're actually slightly shorter than would normally want for a B series setup. But this is the crazy bit: if you switch the left and right drive shafts around, and for some unknown Honda magic reason, it just works. So that's what we're doing: flipping the drive shafts, swapping the joints and sending it. Once these are in, we're that much closer to the first drive. So yeah, when this Civic fires up, it's not just gonna run, it's gonna move. So as always, nothing's ever straightforward. First problem, the bonnet doesn't close. Turns out the K series sits way higher than the original B series motor. It's actually pressing straight up into the bonnet. So we've marked up the high spots and started painting the cuts. This isn't ideal, but hey, that's the price of going K-swap on turbo.
Straight from here.
Then came issue number 2. The bonnet latch stopped working completely. We couldn't even get the bonnet open. Luckily, with a bit of patience and a lot of elbow grease, shout out to Michael, he managed to free it up. Good job, man. Good job. Not bad for a latch that's nearly 30 years old. Let's see if this works with the big thing. Yeah, go ahead.
Big thing.
Yeah. Push it, doesn't matter if it bends.
No, don't worry.
It won't work. Now here's the sick part. Someone dropped a comment on the last video that said, bonnet screamer could already see the flames while driving. And you know what? We're actually going to run that. This build isn't just mine, it's ours. So if you got suggestions, throw them in the comments. Alright, so we've upgraded the intake, fitted bigger intercooler pipes and slapped on a taller dump valve. But we're still missing one final piece of airflow puzzle: a Skunk 2 Pro Series 70mm throttle body. This thing looks mad, clean finish, beefy opening, and it's built to move serious air. Now I know what some people are thinking, why spend money on a throttle body? That's barely any power, right? Well, not on a boosted setup. When you're pushing air from a bigger turbo, that airflow needs to be fast and smooth. More air equals more bhp. This is where it all counts. So let's rip off these 20-year-old Honda parts and give this thing a proper lung upgrade. Now let's get replacing the parts, except of course nothing's ever easy. One of the screws is so seized it snapped the screwdriver. Now that is stuck. Don't buy Harper's toolbox. This is not good. This is second time we broke. Look at that. There you go, yeah. Eventually, after fighting that, we got the sensors off. These plug straight into the skunk too. No cutting, no custom wiring, just OEM fit and go. Now let's take a look at before and after. Boy does that look so good now, and you can actually see the difference. Now that turbo will be spinning a lot faster. I can't wait for this. Alright, we now move on to one of the most critical parts of any turbo build. If this was just an NA key swap, we could have just left most of it alone. And because we're boosting it, everything has to change. And I mean everything. There are 4 main components we're upgrading: fuel rail, injectors, fuel pump, and the fuel lines. Let's start off with the first one, the fuel rail and the fuel pressure regulator. So we've upgraded to a larger aftermarket Pro Series fuel rail that allows high volume injectors and unrestricted fuel flow. Speaking of injectors, we're ditching the stock 310cc. Those aren't even close to what we need for boost.
Stuck.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised how they even got We're now going to install 1000cc injectors onto the K20. We're going with 1000cc grams injectors minimum. Why? Because more boost equals more flow, and more air needs more fuel. These injectors give us the volume needed to match the turbo's demands. Just stupid expensive.
Put those out, hold them here, and every like yellow and black.
Yeah.
It's positive one. Ground them inside.
Now with our new injectors ready to go, it's time to wire them in. Even though the connectors look the same, these high flow injectors need to be wired in properly and carefully. Why? Because even if one wire fails while we're in boost, that's it, game over. You're looking at detonation, misfires, and potentially waving goodbye to your engine. That is how all 4 of the injectors connectors need to look like. So we just need to do that another 3 more times. Now this is going to be the same for when we do the pressure regulator. Any kind of leak, I mean any leak, and you're not just risking performance issues, you're risking the whole car going up in flames. That's why I took the time to double check every fitting and made sure to use branded high quality AN lines. With this kind of power setup, we're dealing with massive and constant fuel pressure, so corners can't be cut. Safety first, power second. That's how we build this thing right. Now to feed those injectors, we need a serious fuel pump. The stock one was never designed for big power, so we're upgrading to a Walbro 255 which can support up to 600 bhp. Reliable, proven, and more than enough for what we're planning.
Let me see some nuts. These nuts.
Man like Michael's over here chain the fuel pump. Because
Snap it, you know.
yeah. It ain't no matter, man. I'll run it like this. And just don't turn the car. Don't turn the car on. Come on, man.
Come on, don't be shy.
You do a fuel pump is that hard, eh?
Bench out.
Let's go. That looks really good. It looks alright, isn't it? Looks in good condition, that does.
It's been done. That seems to be like
brand new. Does look quite new, doesn't it? Like really new. So, I don't know why, but it seems like this Civic has already got a Walbro 255 already installed. We expected a stock one. Clearly the previous owner had it installed. But it's a win-win. Yeah, it is. That's Walbro, yeah. Exactly the same as the other one. I think it looks fine, you know, but you never know, you never know. I just thought, let's just put it back in the car and let's just get this car started in this video. Right, we've finally bought some down pipes. So these are 3-inch down pipe going straight through. Then we need to get fabricated 3-inch exhaust going right to the back. We were contemplating whether to get it out the bonnet, but then we thought if we're street driving it on the road, we get pulled over. It's not going to look good on the feds. So this is going to go right off the turbo, 3-inch V-band, and then this basically comes like that. That's how it's going to look underneath the engine. To get this done in the garage, you're looking at, they say 3-inch is the best, like optimum, to get as much BHP as you can. So I am so excited and I can't wait to see how this car performs on a first start, on a first drive. Let's get these gadgets on. Before we bolt the exhaust straight onto the car, we're talking a few safety precautions, and that starts with heat wrapping the exhaust. Why? Because a hot exhaust in a tight engine bay is a major fire hazard. One small oil or fuel leak hits a red hot pipe, it's game over. Now this is actually my first time wrapping exhaust pipes, so a big shout out to Michael for showing me the ropes. We're fighting this, I probably wouldn't do it again, but why not? And we're not going to do manifold, don't worry. We also bought this heat shield so that they can go at the back of the engine bay of the car. It's going to sit right here. Something like that basically. And that will prevent basically all that heat burning up the brake lines, the clutch lines. Every safety bit helps. Right, boom, now that's done. The second one's going to come from the turbo, going all the way down. Wow. I am now. Wow. There we go.
It's 3-inch, bigger than mine.
Yes. Come on, Mike.
I'm holding that.
Yeah, it's good. I don't want to come off though.
Okay.
Okay, you take a break, Absolute pain in the bum this was, but
You like it?
handy. It's a 3-man job, put it that way. What are you doing now?
You can leave it.
Alright, that's how we've done it. Literally a 3-man job. No joking now, yeah?
No money from video.
Now we've finally installed the 3-inch exhaust going all the way through the back. I'm going to tell you right now, I hope it sounds really sick when we start it up for the first time. Obviously I didn't want to go for an exhaust that's completely straight piped. We went for a silencer exhaust as well, custom made from MD Development.
Profusion exhaust.
By having 2 silencers, it's going to be track friendly, drag friendly, street friendly, and not out the bonnet, so it's absolutely mad. So let's just hope that when we start it up, it's going to sound good. Let's find out together, guys. You're probably thinking, why am I sanding the rocker cover again? Well, somebody dropped a comment saying you should give it a chrome finish, and honestly, they're kind of right. So I thought, you know what, let's go all out. If we're building a proper boosted Civic, might as well make it look the part too. While I'm doing that, I also decided to swap out the rocker cover gaskets with a fresh new set. No point having a shiny top if it's leaking underneath, right? So here we are, sanding it down for the chrome look. Rocker cover is now done. We can now put the gasket, get it into the K20 boys. Cool. Should we leave it like this, or should we get that as like this, shiny like that?
I'll get it shiny.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
Now you tell me, does it look good or does it look better? I'll let you guys decide. I know, from the red EP3 Type R to this. And if you're still enjoying this, hit that subscribe button. So this is now the oil feed that needs to go on the turbo that connects to the back of the block. This is the sandwich plate that will get connected to this, like that. And then, where's this go? This basically goes into the block and then basically fits into the sandwich plate and basically goes in between the oil filter, and boom, shortcut. Let's get this in. Let's go, Mike. Let's get the oil filter on. Is it? Yay! That's it. Oh my days. There we go. Try to plumb it up into this sump right here. It normally goes. There's a few more turns and it's fully tight. We don't want to get any oil leaks at all.
If you don't close it all the way, it'll leak.
Okay. Now it's time to drop the Civic down, work on the top bits, and then we can start the Civic. It's took us ages. Come on.
One video, like all in one recording.
Oh yeah.
That's coming out good, you know.
Isn't it?
That thing.
Now goes the intercooler. Now that this is turned a bit more to the left, intercooler should be good. So yeah, 82.5. Plug in the flux capacitor right now. Boom! Now we can go back to the future and hope that this car don't blow up. Like here, filling up the oil. I'm gonna try and remain confident, guys. Just gotta hope that this works. Now we move on to the final few mods before we actually start this beast, and that's the 4-bar map sensor and the standalone ECU. First up, the map sensor. We're swapping out the stock one for the 4-bar map sensor, and here's why. This thing can calculate boost pressure all the way from 1 psi to over 43 plus psi accurately and reliably, but more importantly it still keeps smooth OEM level drivability even under serious boost. Next, the brains of the operation. We're talking about infamous Honda K-Pro ECU. Let's be real, every Honda tuner will tell you the same thing. If you're building a serious K-swap or booster setup, K-Pro is the move. It gives us way more control, flexibility and the ability to dial in every part of the tune. Launch control, boost bar gear, safety limits, all of it. That level of control ain't cheap. This little box comes in at over £1,000, but it's a must for what we're building here. So let's get this all installed. Time 1 K-Pro tuning, let's go! Oh my god, we're actually going to be gapping people, man. Yes, revenge!
That's the most evil laugh I have ever heard in my life.
Come on, man. So in order for this car to work, we have to tick immobilizer enabled, and then we just basically load up a base map. Once a base map has been loaded, the car should start. Well, I hope so. So ladies and gentlemen, this is it. I've spent thousands of pounds on this engine swap. Me and the boys have put hours and hours of blood, sweat and tears into making this work. And now this moment we'll find out whether this engine will start, will decide everything. This is it, man. We've been waiting so long. Now it's time to start this baby up. Whether it's going to start or not, we don't know. But we're going to take all the risks and fire this K20 up. It's either now or never.
Where's the key? Oh, we've done all of this for you to lose the key.
Whoa, what's that, guys? It's actually light. Bro, I'm shaking, you know. Right.
Oh, it's leaking.
Something's leaking. Wait.
Fuel. Definitely fuel in the middle.
What? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Why is it all the way up there?
See that?
Yeah. God, this fuel is going all over the place right now.
From the front while it's on.
It just kept getting worse, from fuel leaks to a dead battery to not having even the right terminal connections. At one point I honestly thought maybe this car just isn't meant to start, but I wasn't ready to give up and upload this as a failed build. We tackled every issue one by one. We found out why the car wasn't fueling. There was a blown fuse. It's a blown one. He popped now. Yeah, it's popped. Yeah. Not the ECU. Something is tripping, it's popping there. Fuses. Bad connections. Yeah. You got fuel pump. We got fuel pump. Finally, we started to get a healthy crank, but before we even thought about starting the car, we had one mission: make sure oil was reaching the turbo, because no oil equals blown turbo seals.
Off.
After a few cranks, the oil made its way to the turbo seal, so now we're good to go to try and start the car. After a few more attempts, still no start. That's when I realised the start motor was dead.
It's too slow. It's cranking too slow. It's not gonna start.
And because this car does not start, doesn't do anything, doesn't even want to crank, it must be the starter motor. So that is one thing that we need to get changed as soon as possible. Boom! And now we've got a brand new starter motor, so we're going to whack that onto the K20 and see if that helps the car crank a lot easier. So I pulled it off. First time ever replacing one, and it was an absolute battle. Tight spaced, oily hands and no experience, but we got it done. The new starter's in, the car cranks like a champ. 2, 3. That's healthy. That was good, and I'm so happy with that. Wow. We checked for spark, fuel pressure, we're getting somewhere.
No.
No smell?
You can't.
Nah, I can't smell it. At least the car to start, so I call it a bit of a cheat. We shouldn't really be using it, but I just need to know if the car can keep running with the fuel on. Then finally, after all those late nights, we got this. But does it sound crazy? Guys, it almost started, man. It sounds mad. It's a success. It's cranking really good. We just need to find the fuel issue and this car will start. We checked the fuel fuses, we checked the fuel pump, and it's all working fine. Why ain't the fuel getting to the injectors? Now we check to see if the fuel comes out the fuel lines. That's good news though, right? Well, that was a success. So now let's check the injectors. So the injectors actually work and power is even going to it. It's all pointing to one thing, and that's the ECU. I was close to burying my head in the ground, but one tuner gives me a glimmer of hope.
You could literally have no ECU on there at all and it would still crank. Doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, because it cranks. It's getting voltage through the injectors. It's just not getting a signal from the ECU.
The immobilizer basically inhibits the ground side of the injectors and also the ground side of the coils. My immobilizer bypass is really used if you're just using a standard ECU. So if you had a standard ECU with either no K100, no K Manager, or no K-Pro, then the only way to bypass the immobilizer is doing it internally. Or with an immobilizer bypass.
Sweet.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it. Final attempt, just starting the car. We put a stock ECU according to the gentleman that we spoken to. He said that won't have any immobilizer issue, so you should start the car. So we're gonna give it a try. Okay, Mike, fire it up.
If not, then issue is from the ECU. It needs to have the thing. Bro, let's plug everything in.
All right, we're gonna start it. How's it looking? It's going good. Woo, bro. That was loud.
Turbo spinning. Turbo spinning.
Okay, go on. There you go, man. That was mad.
We're going to Santa Pod in this.
That is loud, man.
Yeah, because this is open.
Yeah, but even then, bro, that's not
all of
supposed to
the
be
air
that
just coming out
loud.
straight here.
That is loud.
Which it shouldn't be, because that's open. That shouldn't be open.
It would run better with the K-Pro. Obviously not now, but it would run better.
Yeah, because we need
that
to.
That was running dirty. That was. It's like literally ran like chitty bang bang. That did. And with Shab's help, we checked the ECU, only to find out the K-Pro wasn't talking to the car. The error codes were everywhere. 350. On a stock, you told me stock ECU works. I think I'll try that.
So whatever you lower it. Value on the map sensor are correct, because it might be like stock one, yeah, it's stock.
Although the car was running, it was hunting like a rotary. I mean, it sounded sick, but it wasn't right. So this is the conclusion. The car starts, it runs, and it may even drive. Is the new K-Pro ECU fried? And why does the car even sound like an RX-7? And is the car actually ready for tuning? There's only one man that can answer all of that. BMT, the guy behind Europe's fastest Honda. We take it to him and find out what's really going on before we try to tune this monster. I'm waiting for Big Bang Ting. It's first time to see a Civic. We're gonna get his reaction. Here's Jam. The Boozy Civic is here.
That's coming from a skyline.
Go on, here you go. Now that we know the car is kind of starting, the next video will have to be the first drive. So if you guys enjoyed that, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications so you don't miss the next video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.